the Fallout New Vegas Perfect playthrough after a grueling 44 hours. Not grueling, very enjoyable. And a very enjoyable 37 episodes. This is number 38, I believe. We are finally going into the strip. I did an ammo run off screen. I got some companions with us. That guy got absolutely obliterated by Arcade. And there it is. Welcome to the strip with the Lucky 38 in the background. It's been in the background for the whole playthrough. And now it'll be in the foreground. I'm so excited. Let's talk to this security guy.
Submit to a credit check or present your passport before proceeding to the gate. Trespassers will be shot.
And I'll submit to the credit check because that science skill check is for poor people.
Thank you, sir. You may proceed.
You're damn right, I may proceed. Living it up, Implant GRX acquired. Here it is.
Howdy, partner. You've come for a piece, haven't you? Welcome
I
to
sure
New
have.
Vegas.
What are you doing here?
Consider me your personal welcome wagon. Now hear this. The head honcho of New Vegas, Mr. House, is itching to make your acquaintance. Just head for the Lucky 38. It's the big old tower shaped like a roulette spinner.
And why is a robot passing on his invitation?
Well, now, it was Mr. House that made Securitrons like me. Seems the least I can do is pass on his message. Don't dawdle. He'll be waiting.
Turns out Victor wasn't one Securitron after all. Oh, look at that. You got the guy throwing up. There's tons of little things like that. Oh, that's... There's tons of little things like that in the strip. Why do they call him on? Oh, I'm so happy to be at the strip. Finally. So many episodes. Look at it. Oh, it's glorious. Oh, I'm just so excited. This is my new favorite episode. I love it. Let's talk to Victor again.
Well, howdy, partner. Good to see you again. Boss is waiting for you upstairs, so get a move on.
Thank you, Victor.
I see you brought some friends. Sorry, partner, but they're gonna have to stay outside.
No problem. I'll head up by myself.
Come back soon now.
They're just gonna stand there, I think. There it is. The Lucky 38 unsealed for the first time in years. And here it is. Unfortunately, the casino does not function. But the first thing you gotta do, and I mean, you can loot the whole place in earnest if you want, but the important thing are the golden gloves and boxing times, unique boxing gloves. And as you see, there's tons and tons of stuff here. Tons and tons of whiskey, alcohol, sunset sarsaparilla. But we're here on business, so let's head on up.
Where to, partner?
Let's go to the penthouse.
Penthouse floor.
And let's talk to this Securitron here.
Well, hello, Sugar. Mr. House is waiting for you in his office.
Who are you?
I'm Jane, one of Mr. House's girls. We keep him entertained. We don't get many guests lately. Perhaps we can entertain you as well.
Ooh. What can you tell me about New Vegas?
Oh, there's lots of things to tell, I'm sure. There's the three families, the casinos, the other attractions. What would you like to know?
Tell me about the three families.
They're just new money, Sugar. They might pretend they're sophisticated, but between you and me, they're not far off from tribals. Emeritus especially are just awful brutes. The chairman and the White Glove Society at least pretend to have some culture.
Tell me about the casinos.
Well, Of course, there used to be a lot more of them, but these days there are 3 open to the public. The Tops, the Ultra Lukes, and Gamora. And the Lucky 38, of course. But we're not open to the public. You're a special case, Sugar.
There's no way it's actually pronounced Ultra Lukes. Tell me about the other attractions.
Well, let's see. The NCR has an embassy here, but why you'd want to go talk to a bunch of boring old politicians, I surely don't know. Oh, and the Vault 21 Hotel and Gift Shop has an adorable collection of old Vault-Tec memorabilia. And I suppose if you like neon signs, you might check out Michelangelo's sign shop.
And can you tell me about Mr. House?
Why, Sugar, he's the maximum utmost. If it weren't for Mr. House, we wouldn't have this fabulous wonderland of New Vegas, would we?
Sounds like you're pretty fond of him.
Well, of course I am, silly. Mr. House is just the smartest, most wonderful man there ever was. Why, did you know he single-handedly reclaimed New Vegas from all those nasty tribes that used to live here? Well, he single-handedly sent in his Securitrons to do it, but that counts in my book.
And I didn't realize robots could have such strong feelings about people.
Sugar, I may be a robot on the outside, but on the inside, my neurocomputational matrix is an exact copy of Mr. House's favorite girl.
So you're a copy of a dead woman. What exactly do you do for Mr. House?
Mr. House has a lot of needs, Sugar. I take care of all of them, and a lady doesn't kiss and tell.
I really don't want to think about that.
Then maybe you shouldn't pry into a lady's particulars,
And what is this place?
This is the Lucky 38 Resort and Casino, or it used to be. Mr. House has kept the place locked up tight for ages now. Nobody comes in or out.
What kind of robots are you?
Why, I'm a Robco PDQ 88B Mark I Securitron, you silly goose. We're the finest in personal civil robotic security on the market.
And what's with the snow globe collection?
Not many people know this, but Mr. House is one of the world's biggest collectors of antique snow globes. If you happen to find any out in the wasteland, you can bring them to me, and I'll add them to his collection. You'll get a reward, of course. In fact, one of Mr. House's favorites went missing when we moved the collection. If you have a look around the Lucky 38, you might even find it.
And I got some snow globes for you.
You do? Why, that's just wonderful. I'll take them and put them with the rest of the collection.
Alright, time to talk to Mr. House. And there he is. Based off of Howard Hughes, of course.
This meeting has been a long time coming, hasn't it? You've come a long ways, literally, and I suspect figuratively as well. I have to ask, now that you've reached your destination, what do you make of what you see?
I've never seen anything like this place.
Of course you haven't. Vegas always was one of a kind. What you see down on the Strip is just a fraction of the city's former glory, and yet, more than an echo, I preserved its spirit. Or perhaps you were referring to the Lucky 38? The years haven't been kind to her, but still she manages to impress.
So why the VIP treatment? I'm just a courier.
Oh, don't be coy. You've been playing a high-stakes game ever since Victor dug you out of the ground. Don't be afraid to admit it.
Well, let's get down to business then.
The business is this. One of my employees has stolen an item of extraordinary value from me, and I want it recovered. Simple enough.
What do you propose?
My only concern is the recovery of the platinum chip. What happens to Benny, I leave to your discretion. When you bring the chip to me, I will pay you 4 times the delivery bonus stipulated in your contract. How's that?
Well, you better raise that price or you're chip out of luck.
Is that an attempt at humor? I've always taken business negotiations very seriously. I advise you to do the same.
I love that one too. I'll accept your original offer.
Well enough. Return to me
That,
when you
speech
have the
fail.
platinum chip in your possession. Any final matters for us to discuss?
Yeah, I have some questions I want to ask.
What did you wish to know?
How do I get to Benny?
It won't be easy. Benny is always surrounded by at least 4 bodyguards, except when he's in his private suite on the 13th floor of the Tops.
The chairman are your employees. Don't they take orders?
It's more complicated than that. The chairmen share what you might call a tribal affinity. Look for a man named Swank, Benny's second-in-command. He's always been a reliable, if unimaginative, employee. Do your best to convince him that you're working under my auspices. If you have evidence of Benny's crimes, show it to him.
Why can't you be the one to tell Swank?
By contract, Securitrons are to enter the casinos only when invited by the 3 families, or if other extraordinary circumstances arise. The moment I send one into the Tops, Benny will know I'm on to him.
And say I want to take a diplomatic approach?
If you were to approach Benny in public, you might be able to leverage his fear of exposure to make him agree to meet with you in private.
And any ideas how I could catch him off guard?
Sneaking into Benny's suite on the 13th floor would be very difficult, but not impossible. There might be guards. Certainly there'd be a sturdy lock on his front door.
And can you tell me about Benny?
Benny has led the chairman ever since I recruited his tribe 7 years ago. Until his recent misbehavior, I planned to make him my protege. Maybe if I'd begun grooming him sooner, none of this would have happened.
What use would you have for a protege?
To achieve my aims, I require a capable human agent to perform certain tasks. I knew Benny was ambitious, even ruthless, but I believed he would do the job so long as he was incentivized appropriately. Obviously, I miscalculated his drive for supremacy, but in any case, you've come along, a more than suitable replacement.
Why did Benny betray you?
I have to think that he found out about the platinum chip and mistakenly convinced himself that he could use it to his own ends. One of the problems of a tribal workforce, I'm afraid. No intuitive understanding of how complex technologies can be.
And why didn't you intervene sooner when Benny ambushed me?
Why didn't Victor intervene sooner, you mean? Good Springs is a bit too far away for me to reliably control a Securitron agent by remote. I can send and receive packets of data at best. Victor's combat algorithms determined the proper course of action. Benny and his thugs were more than a match for a lone Securitron. When he alerted me, I instructed him to approach the site after Benny and the others had departed.
And what is the platinum chip?
It's a very special item. There's nothing else like it in the entire world. It was lost a long time and difficult to find. That's all you need to know about it for this stage of our enterprise. Fulfill your contract, deliver the chip, and good things will come your way.
The more I know about the chip, the easier I can find it.
You might keep an eye out for any computers that Benny's been using. Maybe even a computer lab of some sort.
And if the chip's so valuable, why use a single courier to transport it?
You realize you were just one of many couriers. The rest of them, dummies, so to speak. Add to that many thousands of caps worth of mercenary protection to screen your avenue of approach. Had I used an armed caravan to transport the chip, I might as well have been announcing to the world, "This is important. Attack this." I didn't want to attract the attention of groups like the Great Khans or the Brotherhood of Steel. Alas, the real threat was closer to home.
And I have a right to know more.
That's simply not true. I am the only person to hold any rights pertaining to the chip. I designed it, and I paid for it, dearly. To develop that chip, I spent a sum of US dollars. Not the bottle caps that pass as currency these days, but a sum beyond counting. For decades, I paid salvagers to comb the ruins for it. And when it was finally discovered, tens of thousands of caps spent to have it brought here. We know how that turned out. Complete your contract, and it will be the last time I pay for the chip. Save your questions for then.
Well, then I'll still ask, but he just told us the answer to this, and then told us not to ask questions. But we'll still ask, why don't you send your robots into the tops to arrest Benny?
Frontal assaults on casinos? Not good for business. In any case, Benny would see it coming, and all he'd have to do is hold the chip up and point a pistol at it. Our foremost advantage is that Benny doesn't know that I know he has the chip. Let's not squander it.
And who exactly are you, Mr. House?
I am Robert Edwin House, President, CEO, and sole proprietor of the new Vegas Strip. I oversaw the city's renovations starting from 2274 onward. The three families are my employees. Before the Great War of 2077, I was the founder, president, and CEO of Robco Industries, a vast computer and robotics corporation.
You appear to be a computer, not a man.
Don't let the video screens and computer terminals fool you. I'm flesh and blood, not silicon.
The lifespan you're claiming is impossible, except for ghouls and super mutants.
I see you've made a study of the topic. My knowledge of the science of longevity would fill several textbooks. Perhaps after a decade or two of economic reconstruction, I can commercialize these technologies and offer them to others, such as yourself.
So how have you stayed alive all this time?
Let's just say it was very costly. But I was willing to make the sacrifices longevity entailed, financial and otherwise.
And how did you establish New Vegas?
We can discuss this in greater detail at another time. Suffice it to say that when my Securitrons detected NCR scouts at Hoover Dam, I took action. I recruited a tribal force to supplement my Securitrons and renovated the Strip just in time to welcome the NCR as it marched into the region. Instead of war, a treaty was negotiated, and the money started to pour in.
And can you tell me about the factions vying for New Vegas?
It's understandable that you'd be curious about this topic, but we'll hold off until the platinum chip has been recovered. What else did you want to know?
That's all for now.
Well enough. Be on your way.
Mr. House, obviously voiced by Odo from Deep Space
Welcome
Nine.
to the Vegas Strip.
Congratulations, partner. The boss has instructed me to comp you to the high roller suite. You can bring your friends too. Be like a little clubhouse for the gang you put together. Just bear in mind, you're the only one gets to see the boss. Any friends you got, they can wait in the suite. Enjoy the digs, partner. They're plenty fancy.
Let's go to the cocktail lounge first. If you're a New Vegas longtime fan, you'll remember everyone testing their weapons in this cocktail lounge. For all those unique weapon videos. Here's the snow globe mentioned by Jane. And I guess we can go to the presidential suite briefly. I'm a Novak enjoyer, as opposed to a Lucky 38 enjoyer. But yep, there you go. Got all the beds here. I do love seeing our snow globes, including the ones from the DLC. That's what we got so far. 2 more to go.
Where to, partner?
And now let's go confront Benny. And there are lots of ways to go after Benny and kill Benny. But we...
Hey, you there. I have a message for you. It's from Ambassador Crocker. Very important. Here you go. When I got this assignment, I was hoping there'd be more...
Every line at the NCR. Hope there will be more gamblers. And this is Ambassador Crocker's note, and this is basically just giving you the karma reset for the NCR. You'll also notice we gained a little bit of strip fame. Yeah, another thing that I think people don't notice is you get free magazines out of these. One time only. And I'm going to try and very carefully manage what we do in the strip and keep everything organized. So this will be a Benny and Mr. House episode.
Hey, fellow, welcome to the Tops Hotel and Casino. I'm gonna have to ask you to hand over any weapons you might be carrying.
Why do you need my guns?
Security, baby. Can't make the bread if the bakers are full of lead. You dig it? Don't worry, your safest house is in here. Courtesy of Mr. House.
Sure, here you go.
Smooth and easy, just the way I like it. Don't worry, they'll be as safe as kittens till you're ready to leave. Oh, and a friendly word of advice. If you happen to stumble across any weapons during your stay here, well, just don't wear them openly. You dig? Now that we got that little business out of the way, what can I do to make your Tops experience the tops?
And where'd you take my weapons?
Relax, baby. The safest houses. We'll keep them locked up in the bank upstairs right next to the money. It's serious protection.
And what is there to do here?
Everything your little heart desires, that's what. You like gambling? Boom. Either one of the main hallways has cards, slots, you name it. Hungry? Thirsty? The restaurant just off the left-hand hallway has the best food and booze in Vegas. Or maybe you'd rather take in a show. The Aces Theater upstairs always has hot acts raring to go. Check it out.
Got
Have
it.
a good time, baby.
Lots of ways to go after Benny. We still got our sawed-off, which I put back in the inventory, by the way. But the way we're going to go for it is the Gun Runners Arsenal Challenge, which is, well, perhaps it's not in here. Next challenge type. Ah, here it is. Talk about own. Kill Benny with his own gun. So that's what we're going for in the perfect playthrough. I think it's what to do. But there are so many ways you can deal with Benny.
Hey there, pal. Welcome to the Tops. And what can I do for you today?
And we're going to go with Mr. House's recommendation. Talking to Swank. Who are you?
Ain't been on the strip long, have you, pal? Name's Swank. This is my joint.
I thought Benny ran this place.
Benny oversees the business, sure, but I run the Tops day to day. I'm his right-hand guy, you dig?
And I'm looking to make a few extra caps. Got any jobs you need done?
You might have a jaw at Tommy Torini up in the Aces. He's always looking for talent scouts.
And can you give me the rundown on Vegas?
Sure, kid, sure. What can I tell you?
What's the story with the White Glove Society?
Creepy bunch of cats, you ask me. Ah, sure, they act all polite and civilized, but there's something off about them, you dig? Don't get me wrong. That resort of theirs is ring-a-ding. But my guts say don't go in the basement.
And tell me about the Omertas.
Ah, they're a shifty pack of rats. If I were you, I'd keep one hand on my wallet and the other on my gun whenever they're around.
And what do you know about Mr. House?
House is an alright kind of guy. Sure, he keeps a pretty tight grip on the reins, but Vegas is a wild horse. You can't just give her her head. Without Mr. House, we'd still be wearing gecko skins, poking around the ruins with pointy sticks and scalping people for giggles.
And tell me about the chairman.
Man, we're only the coolest cats on the whole strip. We've been here the longest, we got the swinkiest digs, and we got caps rolling in like the tide. Everybody loves the chairman because we show him a simple good time, no strings attached.
And what do you think of Caesar's Legion?
Oh boy, those clowns? Listen up, kid, and listen good. I don't care how many fancy Latin names he gives himself, a thug ain't nothing but a thug. Warlords and emperors? Don't make me laugh. At least they got enough brains to stay the hell out of New Vegas. Mr. House would clean their clocks.
And what do you know about the NCR?
I hear they got their act together out west. Like a real old-time country, they tell me. Nah, maybe that's
Won't
true,
say it.
maybe it ain't. But Vegas is a whole new scene. Those Bear Flag boys better step light unless they want a knuckle supper.
And nice place you got here. Tell me about it.
The Tops? Yeah, sure, you want the nickel tour? Old Swank's happy to oblige. We got everything you could want. Slot machines in the back, cards and roulette in the front, fine entertainment upstairs in the Aces Theater. And all with your security personally guaranteed by the chairman and Mr. House's own Securitron police. It's the Tops.
And I've been enjoying our conversation, Swank, but I think there's something you should know about Benny.
Really? You got something to say about the big boss, huh? Well, why don't you say it to his face instead of yapping at me?
I've got evidence that Benny tried to kill me and stole a platinum chip from me.
Whoa, hey now, kid. That's some kind of serious charge you're dropping. You want to be real careful what you say next.
And I pointed out all this evidence as we got it. But look, I found these cigarette butts by the grave he buried me in.
Huh. Well, yeah, okay, these are Benny's brand, and they ain't too common. You got anything else?
I found this lighter in Boulder City. He dropped it when he killed his partner.
Yeah, that looks like Benny's lighter, all right. Still, not exactly a ton of proof. Got anything else, kid?
And take a look at this note I found in Novak.
That's pretty shady, yeah. Could be Benny's up to no good. Could be this is somebody else altogether. What else you got?
That's it. Well, what do you think?
Jesus, kid, I think we got a real problem on our hands. Can't believe Benny's a no-good stinking punk, trying to play house like that. Tell you what, I'll call Benny, keep him away from his suite. You go search the place. Here's the key, it's on the 13th floor. It's a room with the double doors, can't miss it. Maybe you'll find something we can show to Mr. House and get him arrested.
We don't have time for that, Swank. We need to take him out right now.
Take him out? Jesus. Okay, well, if you think that's the best way to deal with this, I'll send him up to his room, you can ambush him there. And don't worry about the rest of the chairman. I'll keep him from getting involved. You'll still have to watch out for Benny's guards, though.
Alright, I'll do it.
Here's your stuff back, in case Benny don't go quiet, you dig? I'll tell the boys to give you a pass to pack some heat. Go on then. Elevators are past the slot machines on your right.
And there it is. See, assassinate Benny. One of the reasons why you do not need good holdout weapons. Swank just give you your weapons back. And now Benny has disappeared from here. You can also confront him here. Can you? Oh, those are just some bodyguards. You can also confront him there. You can confront him in the presidential. You can let him go. Have Caesar crucify him. Kill him in the arena. Tons of ways to deal with Benny.
What?
Oh no!
Man? Let's keep this in the groove, hey? Smooth moves, smooth.
I did not see
Hello?
Benny coming.
The guy everyone saw go in the Lucky 38, that was you? Oh, shit.
Well, seems you need to work on your marksmanship.
I hit what I was aiming for. Guess you had brains to spare. Or you just thick-skulled. Either way, baby, this is good news. Maybe I can finally sleep at night, knowing you didn't die. What say you and me cash out? Go somewheres more private-like. Any questions you got, I'll answer.
What'd you have in mind?
To start, I'll comp you the presidential. Best suite in the house. You deserve a taste of the VIP lifestyle. I'll hang out down here for a while to make everything look business as usual, then come to you. Any questions you got, I'll answer. Guaranteed.
And this is where he'll trick you. You gotta make him come up too. 2 conditions. Lose the bodyguards, and we both go to the suite now.
If that's what it takes to win your trust, that's what it takes. Follow me.
Alright, little change of plans. I was gonna ambush him up at his suite, but we can still do this successfully. Not a big deal. I realize now that I should have gotten more 9mm ammo if I'm going to kill Benny with his own gun. I was even considering turning around and going to buy some.
Hey.
I think we should be good. I think it'll give us a full mag of ammo when we pick up the weapon. So that's not a big deal. And we still got Benny alone. And we still got the drop on him. Here he is. We saved the game. We're gonna pop off this radio. And now we'll talk to Benny.
Now that you and me's got some privacy, I gotta ask, how is it that you're still living?
Takes more than a couple bullets in the head to stop me. Another reference to 2 bullets getting shot.
Yeah, hello. Well, serves me right for using a 9mm.
What?
You got questions?
Okay, I don't know what happened there. First things first, tell me about the platinum chip.
It's the House Edge, baby. Literally. It's what Mr. House needs to stack the odds in his favor.
How's the chip work?
It's some kind of data storage device, dig? So it's the data on the chip that's platinum, not the chip itself. Trouble is, the chip don't fit any computer I've found. Must require special hardware.
What does it do?
It has something to do with the Securitrons, I know that much. Upgrades their hitting power, gives them heft. Might be slightly useful if you're looking to defend the Strip from Caesar's Legion or the NCR. Or maybe both.
Well, the chip belongs to me. Hand it over.
Baby, ease off the gas. The chip belongs in the hands of someone who can use it, as in me, not you. You'll get a piece of the action, and a sweet one.
A piece of the
The
action.
chip sticks with me.
What's your offer?
You help me, and before long, the chairman will rule all of Vegas, dig? With enough robot muscle to back it up. You'll get a sweet, juicy cut of that action. But until that day comes, I'll keep you on retainer and pay bonuses for special missions. How's that sound?
And let's ask some more questions first. Then
How
I'll
else
decide.
can I clue you in?
And I want to know about the factions gunning for Vegas.
Yeah, it's a tricky world out there. I'll tell it to you straight.
Tell me about Mr. House.
A good cat to swing with, or was until he stopped mewing. It was House's big idea to resurrect the Strip. He recruited the three families as muscle, showed us how to set up casinos, negotiated with the NCR. None of this in person, mind you. Did all of his talking through those Securitrons of his. But lately, the silence is deafening. The robots collect House's share of the take every week, and life goes on. Ain't exactly what I'd call leadership.
What makes the chairman so special?
We're the definition of cool, baby. We know how to swing. Folks come to us to learn how to enjoy themselves. Of the three families, we're the only ones with the heart and savoir-faire to run the Strip on our own.
What do you think of the Omertas?
A tribe of finks. Every single one of them is a degenerate. Mark my words, they're playing an angle. How do I know? They always are.
What do you know about the White Glove Society?
Personally, they give me the heebie-jeebies. There's such a thing as being too polite. If I may, this, my pleasure, that. Don't get me wrong, that resort of theirs is strictly ring-a-ding. But my guts say, don't go in the basement.
Interesting choice of words there from Benny. Fill me in about the NCR.
A nation of meddlers, trying to muscle in on our action. Well, we got muscles too. And smarts besides. Only reason the NCR hasn't busted up our scene is they're a little afraid of Mr. House, and a lot afraid of Caesar. If the NCR beats the Legion at Hoover Dam, they'll turn on us and claim the Strip. And we don't have the muscle to beat them. Not yet. Meanwhile, they're all that's keeping Caesar's Legion at bay. Plus, NCR soldiers and citizens are our best customers. It's complicated.
And tell me about Caesar's Legion.
Worst of the worst. A tribe of degenerate losers led by a creep. They crucify people for kicks, slaughter whole towns. The NCR beat them at the dam 3 years ago, but that didn't stop them. They spent the meanwhile gathering strength. They're gonna try to take the dam again real soon, and if they do, Vegas as we know it will cease to exist.
And help me understand this scheme of yours.
Broad strokes, change in management. The Securitrons are where it's at. I need a way to control them, and a way to beef up their hitting power. I get those two ducks in a row, Vegas can defend itself versus all comers. NCR, Caesar's Legion, it won't matter.
And what makes you think you can succeed?
Baby, the odds may look long, but that's just because we ain't done rigging them. I won't toss the dice until we are. I've gleaned a lot working with Mr. House. He was a good cat to swing with. I still got a lot to learn, but it's coming together.
And we've sanctimoniously chastised him for committing murder, despite the fact that we've killed dozens, if not hundreds.
Baby, do you not understand the level of game here? What I did to you was rotten. But if you think House, the NCR, or Caesar won't kill to put Vegas in their pocket, I really did blow out your brains.
Yeah, I see that point.
It's a game, and games have winners and losers. I prefer the former. How about you?
And what are you offering?
Like I said, once the chairmen are running Vegas, you'll get a percentage. Until then, I'll pay you a retainer and bonuses for special missions.
And like I'd trust you, no thanks.
I know, you figured me for a creep. It's your prerogative. If you change your mind, come find me on the casino floor. In the meantime, the presidential is yours whenever you want it. Adios.
Okay, Benny, pull out that, there it is.
Hey!
21%.
Come on!
I feel like I'm not hitting this. Oh, and we didn't kill him with the gun, so we're gonna have to restart. That's okay though. I anticipated this taking a few tries. Should not have brought you guys with me. As you can see, we can send them to the Lucky 38.
What's up?
Though I like sending everyone back to the other places. Yeah, now we can be really like aggressive to it.
Now that you and me's got some... House was on to me from word go? I thought I was being so clever.
Wonder why that's happening.
You got questions?
What is going on here with Maria? Get off of him. Unconscious. Alright, that one didn't work either. Yeah, this is kind of a tricky let's see how the material ranks. Alright. I don't know why he's freaking me out. Alright, here we go.
Found you.
Let's get into VATS. Still not enough action points, damn. We'll take some jet. Actual use for jet. Fucking bats killing me. There we go. Alright, now let's take some implant GRX and let's find that gun. There it is. And it got broke. Alright. This is gonna take some tries.
Now that you and me's got...
Weird
You got
dialogue
questions?
glitch. Okay, let's get him angry at me. And then let's unlock this safe. And that will give us a gun that is less powerful than our material rifle. And that will, there it is.
Aha!
There we go. That didn't like that for whatever reason. We'll try and aim manually with still broken, huh? Alright, we'll try again.
Now that you and me's got some... You got questions? I got...
Yeah, Benny, obviously voiced by Chandler from Friends, Matthew Perry. He does a great job. Big Fallout fan.
Aha!
Alright, here we go, here we go. Here's our chance, here's our chance.
Had enough?
Perfect. Only 2 shots. Okay. Now let's go with Implant GRX. Alright. Here's Maria. Let's double up on that Implant GRX. Let's get some Psycho. Boom! See, it was worth it. Talk about owned. Talk about owned. That's right, that's right. Also, gotta remember the skill mag. Oh yeah. We love it, we love it. Nothing more satisfying than killing Benny in this game. And we're gonna wait till the Implant GRX wears off. I guess we can explore around the suite in the slowed time. As you can see, this is your suite now. One of the suites you can use. And you see it's pretty nice. Got all sorts of stuff with it. True police stories, which you do want to pick up. And all this stuff in here. Yeah, pretty nice. But once again, too many loading screens for a good player home. And then we take Benny's unique suit, his key, some sausage we made out of him, and the platinum chip. And there it is, ring-a-ding. And now we got plenty of nice dialogue to go through this episode. The first of which is in Benny's suite, which we're about to investigate. And then we head in here. Seems like a normal suite. If you're a female, you can also end up here and have sex with Benny. And then either kill him or let him go. And what's this? Mr. House did mention computer labs. Yes, man.
Hey! Hi there! Good to meet you. What can I do for you today?
What are you doing here?
Good question! My function is to monitor Mr. House's data network and decode his encrypted transmissions. Allow me to introduce myself. I'm a PDQ-88B Securitron, but you can call me Yes Man.
Yes, man? What kind of a name is that?
It's what Benny always called me. Probably because I'm programmed to be so helpful.
Benny reprogrammed a Securitron? All by himself?
Oh, he had some help. A lady friend of his. She said something about living in a fort over in Freeside. But that's all I remember.
Have you seen this platinum chip before?
Sure. Benny had me look at it a bunch of times. It's a data storage device, kind of like a holotape, but a lot more advanced. As for what's on it, well, some of Mr. House's data transmissions made it sound like the chip could upgrade his defenses somehow. That's just a guess, though. The chip's a proprietary format. You need special hardware to read the data on it. There are 2 locations with non-standard hardware on the network. The Lucky 38 and an underground facility at Fortification Hill. I'd look there!
What was Benny planning to do with the chip?
Oh, he wanted to kill Mr. House and use the platinum chip to copy my neurocomputational matrix onto the Lucky 38's mainframe. That would give me control over all of Mr. House's defenses, most prominently his Securitrons. And then, I guess, I just do as I'm told.
You're very forthcoming with that information.
I was programmed to be helpful and answer any questions I was asked. I guess nobody bothered to restrict who I answer questions for. That was probably pretty dumb, huh?
Well, say I wanted to take over New Vegas myself. What then?
Then I'd have to help you. I mean, it seems pretty obvious Benny wouldn't have wanted me to. But hey, not my fault I can't say no.
What are the details of the plan?
Again, goal number 1 is to eliminate Mr. House and install my neurocomputational matrix on the Lucky 38's mainframe. Given how you're a new arrival, I also recommend that you get to know some of the region's tribes, so you can decide how you feel about them. By the time you finished up all of that, the Legion should be close to attacking Hoover Dam, and we'll execute the last phase of the plan.
Say Mr. House was going to suffer an accident. How would that happen?
It makes me feel really dumb to admit this, but I don't actually know. I've never been inside the Lucky 38. No one has. Mr. House is in there, though. It's the central node of his entire network.
I've been inside the Lucky 38.
You have? Wow, that's amazing. You can murder Mr. House whenever you want. I mean, Benny was always scheming about how he was going to get into the Lucky 38, but you already took care of that. Wow. The other thing you're going to need is the platinum chip. You know, the one Benny killed a courier for over near Good Springs.
What do you know about the courier Benny shot?
I knew he was carrying a platinum chip, and I knew right where Benny should wait for him. That's why Benny put me here, to monitor Mr. House's data transmissions. They're all encrypted, of course, but I'm quite a decryptor. Did you know that Mr. House spent 812,545 caps hiring salvage teams to find the platinum chip? Just in the last year alone? Of course you didn't. Or that there were 7 couriers, but 6 of them were carrying junk. How about their exact routes and the mercenary teams that screened them? I knew all that. Pretty smart, huh?
Interesting he says 7 couriers when the Mojave Express order specifies 6. And I'm the courier Benny shot.
I know that's not true, because you still have a head.
I'm serious.
That's not funny, you getting shot in the head. I really shouldn't have taken so much pride in how I set that up, huh? I feel really bad right now.
Yes man is always funny. You set me up. Now you die.
I feel really bad telling you this, but I kind of can't die. I mean, go ahead and destroy this Securitron. Get it out of your system. The problem is that a distributed image of my neurocomputational matrix is backed up to the network several times a day, or when I'm threatened. I can't help it. There's a little bit of me in every Securitron on the strip. So if this instance gets destroyed, I just download to a new one. If I could stop it from happening, I would. I mean, your vengeance is going to feel so incomplete.
And I have the platinum chip, remember?
Of course you do. Sorry about that. And it's wonderful that you do. The platinum chip is the key to overriding and exploiting Mr. House's defenses. Did I just say exploiting? That's not a very nice word.
Oh, also, Yes Man mentioned how he can't actually die. He's the one character you can't kill. Of course, you can kill him, but he just comes back.
Sorry.
And should I ask these tribes if they'll support an independent Vegas?
Oh no, I didn't mean that. Who needs their support? The Securitrons will be all the support you need. What I meant is, you should get to know these tribes and decide which ones you like and which you don't. You know, shape the future of Vegas. Choose your neighbors. If you like a tribe, leave it alone. Or, if a tribe is nasty, or going to be a problem, go ahead and exterminate it. It's whatever you want to do.
Which tribe should I get to know?
There's a bunch. Some of them you've already met, like the chairman, for instance. I think you should visit the other families on this strip, the Omertas and the White Glove Society, so you know what makes them tick. And there are some important groups farther from the strip, too, like the Boomers, the Great Khans, and the Brotherhood of Steel.
And, what is this place?
This is Benny's workshop. When the Tops got renovated, he had this half of the floor blocked off for his own use. I guess you could say it's my entire world. I don't think I've ever left this room, but that's okay. I'm not complaining.
And, you said something about a bunker at the fort?
Right. It's one of 2 locations on Mr. House's network with non-standard hardware. My guess is it has a reader that can decode the chip. And who knows what else? Maybe a giant robot or something.
I'll go check it out.
Neat. Let me know what you find out.
Neat. And, if something happens to Mr. House, I may be in touch.
I'll be waiting right here.
And yeah, just some terminals. Yes Man's entire world. I saw a cool YouTube video following Benny for as long as possible. I think it was from Many a True Nerd. That was quite interesting. He actually does run to the basement of the Tops. That was the gist of it. Also, we're not doing any gambling quite yet. There's going to be a whole gambling episode. That's what I've decided. And I like this little interaction.
You ready to deal with Benny yet?
Yeah, he's dead.
Huh. Guess that makes me the boss. Ring-a-ding.
I like that interaction. Because it's like, why would Swank betray him? Well, there you go. It was a good betrayal from Swank.
The eyes of the mighty Kaiser are upon you. He admires your accomplishments and bestows upon you the exceptional gift of his mark. Any crimes you may have perpetrated against the Legion are hereby forgiven. Kaiser will not extend this mercy a second time. My lord requires your presence at his camp at Fortification Hill. His mark will guarantee your safe conduct through our lands.
You again? How'd you find me here?
I am the greatest of Kaisar's Frumentari. It was not a challenge to find you. Nor is this my first visit to the Strip.
Why does Caesar want to see me?
Go to him, and you will understand. Seek Kaisar by way of Cottonwood Cove, south of Nelson. The Cursor Lucullus will be waiting.
And yeah, there's the Legion Karma Reset, which will eventually be breaking at the very end of the game. But now we're going to enjoy some well-earned peace and safe fast traveling. And Victor, I got a delivery to make. I'm sure your boss will be happy about.
Where to, partner?
Penthouse, Victor. First we have
Well, hello, sugar.
another snow globe.
Enjoy your time in Vegas.
Oh, I will. Here it is, Mr. House.
So, Benny has been handled, and you've recovered the platinum chip. Let's have it.
Here you go.
Such a small thing, isn't it? And yet so capacious, so very dear. Decades of hiring salvagers out west to search for this little relic in the ruins of a place called Sunnyvale. Back then, anyway. That's where the chip was printed, on October 22nd, 2077. It was to have been hand-delivered to me here at the Lucky 38 the next day. But the bombs fell first. Suffice it to say, the delivery was never made.
So what happens next?
A great deal shall be happening. A cascade of events with you taking a central role. At the moment, however, all you need to do is take the elevator all the way down to the bottom level. You'll understand soon enough.
And now we have Mr. House's little demonstration, which we will of course watch.
Step closer to the demonstration area, if you would. I expect you're well familiar with my Securitrons by now. The titanium alloy housing that protects its electronic core is like small arms that travel easily enough. Its X-25 Gatling laser, produced to spec by Glasshouse Inc., is deadly against soft targets at medium range. And for close-range suppression or crowd control, the Securitron is armed with a 9mm submachine gun. All of this you probably already knew. What you did not know is that these are the Securitron's secondary weapons. All this time, my Securitrons have had to get by running the Mark I operating system, which lacked software drivers for their primary weapons. Today, with the delivery of the Platinum chip, all that changes. Behold, for the first time, Securitrons running the Mark II OS. The M235 missile launcher gives the Securitron the ability to engage ground and at significantly longer ranges. And a rapid-fire G28 grenade ensures the Securitron is deadly in close-range engagements. The software upgrade also includes drivers for the Securitron's highly sophisticated onboard auto-repair systems. Altogether, the Mark II software upgrade confers a 235% increase in combat effectiveness per unit. The city of New Vegas finally has soldiers worthy of protecting it. Return to the penthouse now. We have much to discuss. Trips to the basement are rarely so educational, don't you think? I've since broadcast the upgrade to every Securitron in range of my transmitters, and I must say, it's causing quite a stir down on the strip.
Yeah, there's a stir going on down on the strip, and I think we'll hear about it. Why show your hand like that? Now your enemies know what you're up to.
I'm surprised you can still underestimate me after everything you've seen. I haven't shown my hand. I've shown one card. I've given my enemies a single provocative datum upon which to fixate. They have no idea what other cards I'm holding. It's a strong hand, believe me. I dealt it to myself.
You think your Securitrons can defeat Caesar's Legion and the NCR?
Why would I want to go to war against the NCR? They're my best customers. If their leaders weren't scheming to steal Vegas out from under me, I'd have no troubles with the NCR at all. To secure the future of New Vegas, I must have your assistance. The work ahead is dangerous, but you weather danger well.
I'm listening.
The next step will require you to infiltrate Caesar's camp at Fortification Hill.
You want me to kill Caesar?
Absolutely not. Caesar is of great use to me. I don't want you harming a hair on that man's head, assuming you could find one.
So what do you want me to do at Fortification Hill?
I want you to open a hatch in the basement of the derelict weather station atop Fortification Hill. You'll recognize it on sight. The hatch bears the logo of the Lucky 38, same as the Platinum chip.
How do I open the hatch?
You can't, but the chip can. The hatch will recognize the Platinum chip and open sesame.
And what's inside?
Something very important. I wouldn't want to spoil the surprise, so don't bother asking.
And what's my stake in this?
I'm not offering you an incentive as crude as money, though there'll be plenty of that. What I'm I'm offering you is a ground floor opportunity in the most important enterprise on Earth. What I'm offering is a future. For you, and for what remains of the human race.
Alright, I'll do as you ask.
Here, take the platinum chip again. You will need it. Upon arrival at the fort, it's likely that you'll be searched and the chip taken from you. Don't worry, it will come back to you.
And I have some questions for Mr. House.
Make your way to Caesar's camp at Fortification Hill. Something very interesting awaits you.
Well, I guess I'll answer them later. That's alright though, this episode was getting a little long. But yep, there we go.
Penthouse floor.
We've dealt with Benny, and we've delivered the platinum chip. We've completed the first act of Fallout New Vegas in a brisk 45 hours. And next episode will be a pretty fun episode.
But are you the courier who caused all of that trouble in the tops?
Yes, Emily, why do you want to know?
Oh, well, we heard, we meaning the followers of the apocalypse, that you had been in there. The Lucky 38, I mean. And we were wondering if you could help us. If it's not too much trouble, of course.
What does it involve?
Oh, great. The followers of the apocalypse, well, some of us anyway, have been interested in Mr. House's technology. How he stays alive. Of course, no one else is allowed inside the Lucky 38, so no one knows what's going on. Well, except for you.
And this is where I come in.
Right. We just want to find out what sort of technology Mr. House has used to stay alive for all these years. It could be of great benefit to the people we try to help, many of whom suffer from hard-to-diagnose illnesses.
Alright, I'm on it.
Really? Oh, I wasn't expecting you to agree so easily. That's great. Here, take this packet sniffer. It'll allow us to intercept data on Mr. House's network. You might have to manually remove the encryption from his data network, but hopefully you won't have too much trouble. Good luck.
Alright, Emily, you're interrupting me so rudely. But yeah, next episode will be a fun one, I think, where I'm just going to do all the gambling at once. We're going to go into all the casinos, we're going to break the bank at all of them, and we'll see how I choose to fill that air. Might be a fun Q&A, might be a more of a podcast type format, but we'll see. I'm looking forward to it, and I'll see you there next time on the Fallout New Vegas Perfect Playthrough.